Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm here with a nail polish declutter video. I recently went through my collection. I compared all the different shades. I had everything like laid out by the different color family. I swatched everything and I decided for each of my nail polishes if I wanted to keep it or not. In total, I ended up with 13 nail polishes I wanted to declutter, and I'll be sharing those in this video today. So I'll just say with my nail polish collection, a lot of it is very old, and some of the nail polishes, they still work fine, but I just don't really like the colors anymore, or they're just nail polishes that I never really liked the formula of. In the past few years, I really don't use nail polish all that much, so I wanted my collection to just have my favorite things. So if I feel like using nail polish, I can just kind of grab at something and I know I already like it. But yeah, I will get into talking about all the different nail polishes I'm decluttering. Before I start with all the colors, I do have one like top coat that I'm going to be decluttering. It's the Seche Vite. I have another top coat. It's like newer, but this one I was only able to get through like half of it, but it's very gloopy, and if I apply it on a nail polish, it like ruins it because it just isn't really working anymore. So I will be decluttering that, and now I'll just get into all the colors. So the first color that I'm decluttering is this one from Model's Own. This was a limited edition shade in the color Candy Pink. So it's just this like really pretty pink shade. I actually got this when I went to London in 2011. So this nail polish is almost 9 years old. And while it's a really pretty color, it's just not a color I really gravitate to. I don't really wear pink nail polish. Like if I'm gonna paint my nails, I'm not really thinking like, ooh, I wanna do a pink. So I do have one other pink in my collection. It's from Essie, and I kind of went for that one because I like the formula of it a little bit better over this one. So this one I decided to declutter, and this one also, sometimes the lid and the wand become like disconnected, which is kind of scary if you're painting your nails. It's fine right now, but that tends to happen with this one. So this one I can declutter. It's just, I've kind of just been keeping it because I did get it when I was in London, but I don't really need to keep an object to have a memory of like a trip or something like that. So this one I can declutter. Then I have a few from the brand Color Club. These I got in Birch boxes. So I was subscribed to Birchbox for like a year, and it was back in 2013. So these are quite old as well. This one is like a metallic rose gold one. It's called Put a Pin in It. And this one is very close to the rose gold metallic shade from Orly called Rage. That color was very popular, probably 2012, 2013. It was like rose gold was very popular. So I do have Orly Rage, and this one is a very close dupe to that. So since I have Orly Rage, I really don't need to keep this one as well. So that one I'll be decluttering. And I'll also be decluttering this one, also from Color Club, also from a Birchbox. This one is Rain in Spain, and it's this like neon orange color. And I was swatching this next to, I have Essie's Tarte Deco, which is pretty similar in color to this, but the Essie formula I just like better. This one's a little thick. So I feel like if I was going for an orange type shade, I'd go for the Essie. So I don't really need to keep this one as well. So I will be decluttering that. Next I have a selection of OPI nail polishes. Quite a few years ago, when I say like 10 plus years ago, I was very into OPI. At this point, I've decluttered most of my collection just because the shades have gotten kind of old. Like color trends change over time, preferences change over time. So even though I did really like the shades at the time, they're just nothing that I reach for now. So for my OPI nail polishes I'm decluttering, I do have a little mini one. This was, they always come out with these little mini collections or like mini sets when they come out with collections, and this was with the Germany collection. I think the Germany collection, I'm trying to think back, I think it was around 2012. So these are about 8 years old. But this one was called, I think the name of this was like 999 Okay Fine, which I thought was like a kind of cool title. I always like the titles or names of the OPI nail polishes. But this is sort of like, it looks like a dark gray, kind of goes on very dark. I just don't really like super dark nail polishes like this, so it's nothing I really reach for. And I really don't like the minis. I don't know if I can open it, but they're just kind of hard to apply because the brushes are like so little. So I decluttered the rest of the little minis already. That was in this little set, but I can finally let go of this one as well. And then I have some full-size OPIs. I have this one, which is called You Don't Know Jacques. And it's this like grayish brown, sort of like grayish shade. And this was a super popular shade maybe like 10 years ago. Actually my first YouTube video was an Ulta haul, and I had picked this up at Ulta, and I like included that in that video, and that was back like in 2011. So this is 9 years old, and I just don't really like the shade anymore. I don't know what it is about it. I just like, can't even describe what I don't really like about it. I have other shades, other like neutral shades that I much prefer over this. I just don't see myself like reaching for this anymore. So this one I can let go of. I also have this one from OPI. This was the Baniya Collection, and I think this was, I'm not even sure, this is even older than 2011. Oh yeah, I think that has a date on the bottom. It's from like 2009, and this was like the first OPI collection that I actually bought a lot of nail polishes from. I remember back in the day I used to watch Blair Fowler's channel, like with Juicy Star 07. I used to really like her and her sister Elle, and Blair was talking about this like nail polish line. I remember going to Ulta and like getting a lot of the shades. So in the past, I've decluttered all the other shades from this collection, and this is the one that I had left. This is called 8 Berries in the Canaries, and I feel like it's a very like 2009 type of shade with a jewel tone. I used to really, really like this one, but anymore, it's nothing I really would wear. So yeah, I can finally let go of this. Some things like this one, or You Don't Know Jacques, I kind of kept for like sentimental reasons, but when I actually like swatch them on my fingernails, it's like I would never choose to actually wear that. So I can let go of this. Another one from OPI that I'll be decluttering is this one. This is Diva of Geneva. So this was like a Swiss like collection at some point. I'm not sure what year this was from. Oh, it looks like it was from 2010 based on the code here. But it looks very pretty in the bottle. Like some of my nail polishes look very pretty in the bottle, and I'm always with this one like, oh, like I want to wear that color. But when I swatch it on my nail, it's much brighter, and it's not really what I'm going for. So this one, it always kind of deceives me. I'm like, that looks so pretty. But when I put it on, it looks very different. So this one I will be decluttering. And finally, for my OPI shades, I have this one, which was from 2012 based on the code. This one was from the Spider-Man collection, and this is Number One Nemesis. And this is another one. It looks very pretty in the bottle. There's like a shimmer throughout it. But again, when you put it on the nails, it's a lot more watery than it seems in the bottle. Like it's not that intense on the nails. So it always kind of disappoints me as well. So those are the OPI ones I'm decluttering. And finally I have some Essie shades I'll be decluttering. Of my collection currently, I have the most Essie shades, and I like a lot of them, but sometimes they really have ones that are disappointing. So it's I've kind of learned with nail polish that I really need to look online. I need to look at swatches. I need to see what the performance is like, because just looking at it in the jar, like at the store, it can look really pretty, but you really don't know what the formula is going to be like just by looking at the bottle. And this one's an example of that. This is Turquoise and Caicos, and it's so pretty. The green is so pretty, but when you put it on the nails, it's very, very thin. And I don't like nail polishes where you have to build it up so much to get like the color that you see in the bottle. Like I want nail polishes that are like 2 coats. I don't want to keep adding on and adding on, because it gets like gloopy, and then you have to have your nails like sit there and have them dry for longer, and I don't really want to mess with it that much. So if I can't get the nail polish to look good in 2 coats, I'm not really interested in it. And this one I keep keeping because it is so pretty in the bottle, but just the performance I'm never happy with. So I can finally let go of that. I also have this one, which is Lapiz of Luxury. It's like this blue shade, light blue. And this is another one that looks pretty in the bottle. I will say I have 2 of these like blue shades, and they're pretty, but I feel like they're just not really a color that I like anymore. At one point, I kind of like this color, but now I'm just kind of over it. But this one in particular, Lapiz of Luxury, it's another one that it looks like it'd be like vibrant when you put it on, but it's very like thin and watery, and you kind of have to really build it up. So that one I can let go of. And also the boxer shorts. This one applies better. I feel like you can do 2 coats with this, but again, I'm just kind of over this sort of color. If I want to do a blue, I want it to be like a darker blue. I don't like this really light blue. So this one I can let go of. And then I have this one, which is in Ballet slippers. I believe this is my first Essie polish. It's like a classic Essie polish. The one thing I remember about this shade is it's said to be Queen Elizabeth's like favorite Essie nail polish. I don't know if that's really true or not, but I always thought it was kind of interesting with this one. But really, I don't really do like manicures or like French manicures. Like I'd rather just not wear anything on my nails than like bother with this. It's just very like kind of thin, and I just don't really see the point in this one. It just doesn't really fit me. So this one I can let go of. And then finally I have this shade, which is it's in the name Carry On. And it's kind of like this like burgundy type shade. I don't know, something about this, I had everything swatched out, and I just don't think this one's that pretty. I don't know if it has just some like brown in it or like what it is. I have other sort of burgundy or like red shades that I really like dark shades like this, but whatever it is about this one, I just never really loved the color of this one. So that one I can let go of as well. So that's everything for my nail polish declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.